Painterdude. And if you were here last time for the previous episode, I was teaching you how to make mountains on the wet on wake technique. Today is going to be, obviously if you clicked on the video, you're looking here to make evergreens and bushes and other trees. So I'm going to take, here's the colors. I got a little bit of titanium white, ivory black, a big pile of sap green, cadmium yellow light. This is a little blob titanium white, or liquid white for water lines and whatnot, thinning down paint. A little dot of bright red, and that's really it. So I'm going to start with the fan brush and just go into some ivory black and sap green. Right, make sure you load it up full of paint. I like to have my evergreens kind of dark. Now I made one mistake in the last time with this foothill. I should have made it a lighter color. That was bad on my part. This is the color the evergreen should be, but that's alright. It's alright. I taught you, and that's what matters. So it's loaded up to a nice chisel flat edge, and let's just say there's a happy little evergreen right here. See what all I did was just tap on a little line. Heck, let's just do that. Yeah, all the way down. Now I'm going to take the very corner and sort of make a little zigzag motion. And then just tap. Notice I'm using more of the fan brush as I go downward. I think that's probably good. I'm going to make this a little itty bitty island. Maybe this tree, his little friend, just load it up a little bit more. I'm wiggling it to bring it to that flat edge. Maybe his friend lives right here. Be careful but do it on your mountain, it'll mix with that white. Oh, come on. There we go. If you have trouble making it stick, add the least little bit of paint thinner or clear, liquid clear. Just a little though. Tiny bit goes a long way. Right, oop, got a little hair there. When you get a little hair, just pick it off like that. Alright, now I'm going to wash the old fan brush. I'm starting out with evergreens, but don't worry, I'm going to do deciduous trees, all kinds of stuff. I like to make these evergreens a fan brush, but you can do them with 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush, any brush really. And it's still just a little bit dirty. Alright, now it's time to take some cad yellow, just a little bit, and go into the sap green. Yeah, that's the shade I'm looking for right there. And this is just a little bit thinner because this yellow is a thinner paint. And that means this should go right over the top of these existing trees. Oh, something I forgot to do. One thing you can do is put in tree trunks. So, while I don't have brown, I'm going to take a little red and green just to make a little bit of a brown color. Actually, I think red and green make black. No, that's a brown color. Alright, now I'm going to take the least little bit of white and that brown and mix it together. Leave it sort of marbled though. I've never seen a tree trunk that was just one solid color. Right now I'm going to take it and just sort of touch the trunk on there. I should have done it the other way. My tree's gone crooked. So I'm going to take a different fan brush and just sort of tap that away. See, no mistakes. Easily correctable. Yeah, I should have started from the top. Things extra wide, but that's alright, because it'll probably get covered up with highlights anyway. So I'm going to start at the top just like that. Instead of really chunking the light's coming from the right as far as what the mountains say. So I'm going to highlight mostly the right side of these evergreens. And this is going to get darker and darker as it gets down. Yeah, there we go. It's just a little assist with that one area. Couldn't do it just right. There we go. Now for that side, wiggling it, pulling it through. Now if you wanted to reflect these evergreens, all you'd have to do was, well, let's just take that fan brush dirtied up. And just take your evergreen color and sort of go the opposite way. Yeah. I'm not going to make too big a shape here. Because these are reflections. So I'm going to put other bushes on top of that. Now, 2 hairs it's a mare, as Bob would say. I'm actually going to take this mop brush just to even be more safe. But you can use a 2-inch brush, just make sure you're doing it softly. Yeah, just pull it straight down. And then go across. Gotta wipe my brush off. It's getting dirty. There we go. Might have over blended it already. That's alright. Now I'm going to make some bushes. There are several ways you can make bushes. You can tap them on, or you can sort of bend them on. Now by bending it, I'm going to take a 1-inch brush and load a lot of color. I'm pulling it in one direction and one direction only, with a lot of paint. You see how, you might not be able to see that until you have a better camera, but there's like an imprint of what the brush looks like. So I got loaded full of paint. Now I'm going to just sort of touch it on there. Now I'm going to reflect a bit of those too, but bending the other way. And notice the rounded edge is what's, it's going to, the rounded edge is to the top for these, but to the bottom for those, so that these limbs stick out. That's what the stretchy thing's doing. And you want to bend it, not slide it. It won't look good for you. See, I'll just do around these shiz like that. I'm gonna wash this brush now. When transitioning from the dark color to a light color, you need to wash the brush. You swish the brush in the thinner. Oh, come on. Gotta open my waste bin. Shake it off. And beat the devil out of it. I use a splatter box and a brush beater rack. Right. Now I'm going to go right into the cad yellow. Maybe just a bit of this green, but mostly yellow. So I'm loading too much dark. Go over here. There we go. Rounded corner again, and just sort of here. Maybe that needs to be just a tad thinner. I'm going to take the least little bit of liquid white and go back into it again. All you need is a bunch of paint and a light touch for this to work. If you have enough paint, it'll work. There we go. Now you want the light area to start above the dark, not on it. It'll look more realistic that way. Already I've run out of yellow. There. And if you smash this in or like if you load a bunch of paint and you hit it too hard, it'll become a mud mixer, and you don't want that. Now I'm going to take the rounded edge down and do the same thing. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the evergreen reflection. I'm going to pull it down just lightly. Whew. And then go side to side with it. Whew. That's good enough. Now I'm going to take a palette knife and where'd my little knife go? There it is. I'm going to take some of this brown. Actually, I'm going to make some more of it. It's more of a reddish brown. I added more red to it this time. I'm going to take just a little bit of this dark color and some of this brown, mix it in. Now I'm going to pull it out flat, cut a little itty bitty roll off of it. Now I'm sort of going to just put it on there. Now I'm going to take some of this brown, a little bit of white, and do the same thing. We'll go over it. Now, just like the mountains, if you watch this video, you want to hold the knife with just these 3 fingers, hold the blade at a 35, 45-ish angle, and just use no pressure. That's how you get these nice breaks. I want that to be a little lighter. There we go. Alright. Now I got that made. I'm gonna wipe off the knife. Now that I got that made, I can take some of this liquid white, pull it out flat, and cut it this way, just across. Here, let me do that again. Pull it out flat and go across. That way there's a little roll of liquid white on the edge of the knife. Now, just cut in a happy little water line. There we go. And there you go. That's one way to make bushes. Let's see the other way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to add land here. Show you how to make land too with grass. I'm going to take this 1.5 inch large texture brush, the Wilson Bickford brush, but you can use a regular 2-inch brush. I find this works better to get texture and detail. For me anyway. You use whatever you need to or want. So let's see, I'm gonna yeah, just tap it in. Maybe I should have added more paint. There we go. Oh, loose bristle there. Alright, I might fast forward this part just to make the video a little shorter. Alright, I think that's good. Now I'm going to take this 1-inch scenery brush, and this is how I'm going to do it. You could do this with the half-size round brush too, that's actually what I usually do. Instead of pulling and bending it, is to actually take the corner of it, or the whole side of it. I'm just going to use the corner, and just tap in some dark color. Here's how I like to do deciduous trees. A lot of paint. And just tap it in. I'm going to have less detail, like more detail where you can see through it right here than at the bottom. Had a big water line of liquid white there, but that's alright. There, that's the general shape of my tree right there. There we go. See, you can still see the mountain through this little tree. Or maybe it's more than one, who knows. Actually, this is probably going to be my little mess of bushes. Right, now I'm going to take a script liner. I'm going to take this Wilson Bickford detail script liner, but a regular one will work. Run it through paint thinner. Twirl it. And let's go through this dark brown here. This paint is absolutely thin. It is running on my palette. I'd say it's as thin as ink. Not water though. Water would be too thin. No, roll it up and sort of. If you have a shaky hand like I do, this will work for you. Load it up to a point. And let's do it again. Get this thin so it'll flow over the other layers of paint. Oop, fly. Roll it up to a point. There we go. You can also do this with a knife as well. These branches, less seems to be more. Don't do too many. Start your first branch halfway above the tree. Oops. Chances are most of this will be covered by the tree foliage anyway. Sort of. There we go. You can do this with a knife too, and to do that, clean my liner. Just take your paint color, roll it out flat, and get itty bitty little roll, just like how we did the mountains. I'm going to start here and sort of bend it out there. If you want the dark to stand out, this is usually the better way to do it. There's even a little mess of trees right there too. I'm going to take white. Actually, I already have this color out. I'm going to take the highlight color I did for that dirt, same highlight color, and sort of, and like the mountains, use no pressure. Just let this paint break. Alright, it's probably good enough. Now I'm going to do 2 rounds of highlighting. I'm going to take this highlight color with just a little bit of liquid white and tap it in. I want this to be thinner than what's already there. Now I'm going to lightly tap it in. That's not bright enough. Take some of the liquid white. Actually, I'm going to stop right here and get a little bit more yellow. Alright, now I'm going to take this yellow over here and tap it in. I'm going to start at the top and go down here, down at the bottom, and lightly tap these on here. Ain't that cool? To me, it looks like realistic tree foliage. These are still a little mildly dark. That's alright. It should look darker and denser here than up here. Take a little more highlight and go right above this area. There we go. Need just a little more foliage right here. Now I'm going to go even brighter, just yellow and liquid white with what's already there. lots of yellow. And sort of go to the right side over here and add additional highlights. Just to the right side though, we already highlighted that side. Right here. Notice how I just did it lightly above here, even though there's no dark under it. You usually need dark to show light, which is why we're highlighting it. Usually you can see the colors of the leaves because there's like just little branches, you know what I mean. I'm sure you've seen a tree before. I would love to meet a person who says they have never seen a tree in their life. Highlight just a wee bit more. Do you believe I ran out of yellow again? I think one more back. Yeah, that'll do it. Now I'm going to take at least a little bit of bright red, tap it in, because I want some red bushes today. Let's see, I'm going to tap it in just like the other ones. A little bit of liquid white with that, just to brighten it a little, make it sparkle. Sort of tap it in. There we go. It's still not enough paint. There we go. Really want this guy to stand out. And take the... Oh, another way you could make an evergreen tree, you can actually knife paint evergreens, but I'll do that in another video, is to take this brush, flatten it. You can do this with a 1-inch brush or 2-inch brush too. I just thought this was really cool. I'm going to do it, how about, supposedly compositionally, you're not supposed to put anything dead center. So I'm going to go maybe right here. Just tap. And go like that. Each time, going a little wider. It'll give the indication of a little itty bitty evergreen right there. Now you can highlight that just like your fan brush, or I'm just going to tap a little bit. There, or you can do that just on its right side. It's totally up to you. Let's do that again. Chisel edge, and maybe this one's at a crook. Trees aren't always perfect. Christmas tree ones genuinely usually look perfect. I'm going to tap the rest of it here into grass. Sort of blend it in here. Most of this grass looked gray to begin with. Right? Now I'm going to take my 1-inch brush and sort of go back into this green. And maybe there's another bush. This one's greenish orange. It's alright, maybe fall's getting closer for this guy. Maybe he's like that, who knows. Anyway, I'm going to get more yellow. I keep running out. Alright, now there's no possible way I could possibly run out of yellow before the end of this video. So I'm just going to tap right into this yellow. And there we go. Yeah, that got some yellow highlights. Maybe there's a yellow bush right here. Tap into this red and yellow. And go right here. I'm just going to put a stray bush right there. Take this dark color and sort of around this one. Heck, maybe I'll round this one too, just to make it dark. Not going to touch that one though. That one looked too good. This one didn't. It wasn't standing out good. Maybe there's one right here. Maybe he comes out like that. There we go. I'm going to tap this brush in again. More yellow. I'm going to highlight this one right here. And this one's going to be a regular green bush. Just tap in a little bit of highlight there. And last but not least, I want one more red one right here. Now if you wanted to add twigs to that, you could take the script liner and, you know, draw them in like I did with the tree branches, or you could do this neat little trick. This works best on a white canvas, which is what I started out with. So take your knife and just, and in the dark spaces, sort of scrape out some twigs. Highlight areas. Do it mostly in the darker areas. Maybe there's a little indication of a tree trunk right here. There we go. Got a bunch of twigs picked out. Now I'm going to take this yellow, tap it in, and put in our grass. And you add the least little bit of white and liquid white. Actually, I should add a little bit of thinner or white. I ran out of white. So I'm gonna, yeah. Let's tap it in. Good grass texture. That's what I love. It's one of the best reasons I like this brush. Now where did that black come from? I thought I ran out of black. This area is a little bit hilly right here. It needs to be just a little brighter, so I'm going to add even more yellow to my palette. Sadly, I ran out again. Okay, I'm going to take this yellow and tap it in. Make it, yeah, get sparkle right here. Oops, mowed over my highlight. It's alright, I can put it back in. Might be, I think I'm becoming a mud mixer. Need to thin it a little bit. There we go. So I'm blending these areas a little bit. There, we got a nice little grass area. If you want to, you can take the script liner and go through some of this green color is actually do this. That'll look like blades of grass. There, some dark ones, and now some light ones. Key to this part is making the paint very thin. Same with the signature. That's what I'm going to do in a little bit. I'll show you one more cool thing I learned.